Hi, I'm Mary Grace Gatlin, Princess of Glenavon, in the Society for Creative Anachronism. Welcome to Gulf Wars 15, one of the largest events our organization puts on. The Society for Creative Anachronism is a not-for-profit historical organization that focuses on the time period of 600 to 1600, so there's a little something for everyone. Over the course of this documentary, you're going to see several segments where people in our organization are going to tell you about their experience, what they enjoy, and what our organization is all about. I hope you enjoy it. I think being a woman in the SCA is really interesting because obviously we do the Middle Ages as it could have been or should have been. So you're really free to have whatever role you want. Clearly we have lots of women who don heavy armor and go out, women who do rapier fighting, which I do as well when I'm not bearing children. But then there's an aspect to it where chivalry isn't dead, and you can't carry something 10 feet without having a gentleman come and relieve you of it. And I think it's really nice because we get the best of both worlds. We get to be treated very special as women, but we also get to play whatever role we want to play.
This on the desk?
Well, at Gulf Wars, since there are many of the kingdoms of the SCA here, scribing, which is in any club, you give out awards. This club, it's one of the most important things we do is give out awards. In a way, it's the only recognition some people ever get. And when we go into court, it's a big deal, big pomp and circumstance, and well, you want a pretty scroll. So the scribes, that's what we do. We make up the scrolls. We do the calligraphy and the illumination, and we try to keep it historically accurate. Each kingdom does things differently. At Gulf Wars, we all get together to come up with ideas and extra scrolls, because you're always behind, always behind. So, and each kingdom does things differently. Some do all originals, which is a very difficult thing to do. Some do what we call blanks, and all they are is literally already have illumination and calligraphy done on them, and they're made into copies, and then we get to paint by number. It's very relaxing.
What we're looking at is the Champions Artisans Battle. What this is the four main kingdoms who are participating in this war have chosen 5 champions who do arts from each of their kingdoms to come and display their works. They're then being judged by the Order of the Laurel, who is our masters and mistresses, who are our top artisans and top craftsmen. And each item gets a score. The total of whichever team gets the most points wins the war point for arts and sciences. I think that what I hope for is that each artist goes home encouraged with some things to work on for next year, and also with some compliments that they can take to heart.
Hello, I'm Mistress Rebecca of the Greyhounds. What we will be doing today is coursing the hounds. This is a sport that has gone back to Queen Elizabeth's time, and it was known as the Queen's sport because she happened to enjoy coursing the hounds. We will not be coursing any live lures. This will be a plastic bag. What we do is we string some pulleys with a string, and it's run by an electric motor, and the motor is on a flywheel, and the flywheel turns the string, which will then pull the plastic bag around the course. The dogs adore to course. They love running. This is not a trained thing. This is very much inbred. Greyhounds are known as sight hounds. They hunt by sight, not by scent. There are a number of sight hounds in the world. There's Irish wolfhounds, Scottish deerhounds, Borzois, greyhounds, Bouviers, numerous others, including all the way down to the small little Italian greyhounds that are more lap dogs. The draw with watching the coursing is the dogs really love it. You'll notice she is already beginning to shiver a little bit. She is not cold, she is excited. She loves doing this. They are very graceful, beautiful athletes out there. They are mostly muscle and bone. There's very little fat on the greyhound, and you can, as they're running, you can see the graces. What's known as double suspension. They actually go totally airborne twice. Once when they're fully extended, their legs are fully extended, and once when all the legs are back together. So they're one of the few dogs that actually go totally, completely airborne twice in their run, which actually is one of the things that makes them a little bit faster. But they simply adore it. They really do enjoy it, and it's fun to watch them. They have a blast doing this.
That's good. And they actually
This is a Freya's Throw, which is a competition we've been having for about, this will be the 4th year, and it's an invitation to all the ladies at the war to come throw. They're competing against each other. The competition has a prize of its own. It doesn't contribute to the war point, but the hope is to get more women involved in this martial art, to get them to come down and throw. Most of the ladies who come are often novices, have not got a lot of experience throwing, or none at all, first time they ever picked up a weapon. It's exciting to see a lady discover that she has a talent with the spear or a talent with the knives, and be real gung-ho. Now she's going to go out and get her own. Most of them don't have their own weapons, so we have loaner weapons available. This is the first year we've actually gotten permission to close the range for about an hour and a half. It will be ladies only. There will be no men on the range at all. We had some ladies last year express some intimidation having to throw against some of these guys who are really excellent. So that's what we hope, is to get more and more people involved in this art.
I teach classes centered around pottery, hand building, throwing on the wheel, techniques and stamps, decorations, and general use. We're looking at a reproduction of what you would call a medieval kiln. It's somewhat between a clamp and a simple Roman bottle kiln. We're trying to see what kind of temperatures that we can get. We have been firing this now for the last 10 hours, I believe, and we have gotten to the point where we're pretty certain that we have reached the temperature that we know we can get, and now we're just playing with it, putting in forced air, seeing what we can do to raise it above the temperature that it seems to be hovering at. There's a certain zen to it, really. I enjoy working with pottery just because it's relaxing as well as exhilarating, and I enjoy seeing what I can make. I enjoy taking clay and bringing it through the process of forming it into bowls, firing it myself, seeing what I come up with, and seeing if I can actually walk in the same steps as my predecessors. Here, guys. Want me to put it on that side? Yeah. The SCA has given me the opportunity to do my own research, to actually experience and experiment with the past and try to recreate it, because after all, if they could do it, so can I.
Greetings. I am Lady Kira Dart of the SCA. I'm a merchant. In the SCA, I sell pottery that I make. It's stoneware pottery that is sometimes researched as being period to the Middle Ages, and sometimes it is just pretty. And I make pottery just through my own hand with a potter's wheel. Then I use things like stamps and sprigs to make my pottery. And I've been merchanting in the SCA now for 2 years. And as well as being an art teacher on the side, because we almost always have to have real jobs. And I find that the customers in the SCA are the best in the world if you like to feel good about yourself, because they come back every time I open and stand there waiting on me every day. And I just really love making pottery for the SCA. Very interesting friendship bowl here with lots of handles for passing around, and you take your sip, I'll take my sip. Have goblets and plates and castles for drinking out of, as well as shedding a little bit of light on this subject. This is a medieval flashlight. Yes, they really were, period. A lot of people in the SCA like to brew and vent and make their own beverages, so I fill a lot of little cups that you can keep on your belt, and when you go out, people are so generous and glad to share that sometimes it's not always the best thing to have a lot. You might just want a little bit, and so I make these little cups for that. I love the SCA though, because it's my true home. This is when I feel like I have come home at a war or another event like that. Well met, and I hope that you will come back and visit my shop another day.
My name is Michelle Brookshire. I am a co-owner of the Tipsy Gypsy, the tent you can see before you. I sell different crafts from India and Afghanistan at Renaissance fairs and SCA events. The uniqueness of the SCA. There's not another group of people like them around. Very open-minded people. You'll never find so many people that know about so many different things. Not even just medieval things, but even current up-to-date things. It's just a huge scope of people. It's really great to be around. I like to come here because I work at a newspaper, so I have to be pretty straight-laced all day. So this gives me a chance to literally let my hair down, get to be me, and, you know, I have a lot of fun. I do belly dancing as well as merchanting, but I've been trying to do a lot of merchanting, so hopefully I can eventually be a stay-at-home mom. Well, I guess that would technically be part-timer, but, you know, I'd like to stay at home a lot more. But I try to keep mine at a reasonable price so anybody could be able to afford it. Thank you for coming to the Tipsy Gypsy. We hope that anytime you have any procurement needs, you will come to us.
I've been dancing since for 33 years, and I've loved doing it. I love teaching it. I love researching it. I love everything about it, how very good it is for women and for anyone it strengthens. It's a very good low impact exercise, very much muscle control, and a lot of fun. There's so many different styles of Middle Eastern dance out there mundanely, as well as in the SCA. There's Turkish, American tribal, there's Greek, there's Egyptian, there's North African. There's all these different dance forms. They all kind of came together and then can get very, very specialized. Take from as many teachers as you can and just learn and try to perfect your technique as best as you can. And that's my advice to anyone. I'm constantly learning, constantly improving myself so that I can better teach my friends and my students. I have met lifelong friends in this group that I wouldn't trade the world for. There are just so many wonderful people here that are just interesting, and it's for families, it's for anyone, and like anything else, what you get out of it is what you put into it. And if you do these things with a smile on your face and love in your heart, things come back to you. And that's how I feel.
I think personally for me is, I think what my husband and I both found is a group of friends that we didn't find anywhere else in society. You know, when you join the SCA, you find a group of people who share the same interests. They've read all the same books, seen the same movies, and you finally find a group of people where you feel at home. So I've lived all over the U.S. and all over the world, and you know, moved places where I didn't know a soul, but walked into an SCA meeting and had automatic friends. So it's a really special place to be.